You're listening to One Mind Dharma's Mindfulness for Beginners playlist. And I want to offer a little bit about walking meditation, which is something that is often ignored, but is an important and powerful practice. If you've ever spent any time at a monastery or on a meditation retreat, you'll see that walking meditation is a part of everyday life. And that kind of is true in my experience, regardless of the meditation or Buddhist tradition. And there's several reasons for this. One of which is it's hard for monks and nuns to stay seated all day in meditation. It's not necessarily good for the body. It can be painful and cause distractions. As lay people, it also carries the benefit of being super applicable to everyday life. Most of us don't meditate all day. We tend to be on the move more than we are meditating. So practicing walking meditation can really help bridge the gap between meditation and daily life. Another good benefit of walking meditation is it just allows us to practice in a different way, especially if we're working with something like mindfulness of the body. Instead of just feeling the body seated or even lying down, we can begin to tune into the movements of the body and get to know the body in a whole different way. The experience of being with the body on the move is very different than the experience of being with the body while seated or still. Even the mind and thoughts, the mind works differently when we're moving. Emotions are processed differently when we're moving. The nervous system is activated in a different way while we're moving. And then the final reason why walking meditation may be beneficial is it can be a great way to work with some difficulties during meditation. So the things that come to mind off the top of my head are if you're sleepy and falling asleep during meditation, get up and do some walking meditation. I've found for me that it's impossible to fall asleep while walking. Sometimes I am full on nodding off in meditation. I decide to get up and do walking meditation, and I have a very alert and mindful practice. It can also be good on the other end of that same spectrum when we have too much energy, when we feel anxious or restless, and we're not able to sit through it. Get up and walk. Do a walking meditation. Can kind of get some of the energy out. So whether we have too much energy or not enough, it can be a great way to practice. And there's several different ways to practice. I'm going to introduce the first one, which is not the main way I practice, but is worth mentioning. And then the way we practice in the insight meditation tradition, or in more Theravada. In some schools, like Zen schools, and specifically the Thich Nhat Hanh lineage of engaged Zen, walking meditation might be very casual. I've spent time at Deer Park Monastery, and their walking meditation periods are sometimes more formal and structured, and sometimes they're very casual. Just taking a walk in silence, extra slow, and tuning into the experience. I talk on my podcast frequently about I do this when I walk the dogs. I don't bring headphones. I don't even bring my phone usually. And I walk my dogs and just tune into the world around me, the sounds, the birds, the trees, the world within me, recognize the thoughts that are coming up and how I feel. Just kind of using it as an opportunity to be present. In insight meditation, we take a more structured approach to walking meditation. So the way that it's done is we usually find a path that is maybe 10 to 20 feet. to walk back and forth. It can be inside or outside. You can wear shoes or be barefoot. I will say that I prefer to be outside and I prefer to be barefoot personally, which in general is true for me. But you're going to walk back and forth along this path or line. And we start by kind of standing still and collecting ourselves, much like we do in sitting meditation. Take a moment just to settle. And then we walk very slowly. If we're doing a mindfulness practice, we might tune into the breath as we walk. We might tune into the feeling of the feet as we take each step. You can also do it with a heart practice like loving kindness, offering a phrase of loving kindness with each step. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And when you get to the end of your path, you very mindfully turn around, notice how that experience is, and walk back. And the reason we walk back and forth like this is to kind of minimize stimulation. You don't need to think about where you're going. You walk to one point and turn around and come back. There's not a lot of mental capacity needed to remember that. I'll end by just saying how I practice personally is I often do a period of sitting meditation, followed by a period of walking meditation, followed by some sitting meditation. And I do this because if I sit for extended periods, I often feel quite a bit of discomfort in the body. So I'll sit for 15 or 20 minutes, then I'll walk for 5 or 10 minutes, and I'll go back to sitting. It can serve as this great kind of movement of the body and chance to continue practicing while not causing too much discomfort. So I'll include a link down below to a walking meditation practice for beginners. I encourage you to try it. I encourage you to make it a part of your practice. It's been very helpful and beneficial for me. I love it. And I think it's something that often doesn't get the credit that it deserves as far as a meditative practice. Hi, I'm Matthew. I want to invite you to our Introduction to Mindfulness mini course. It's free, it's a week long, and it contains talks and meditation practices to help you understand exactly what mindfulness is and how you can get started on your path. To learn more and sign up, you can click the link right here.